Good afternoon. Welcome once again to the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. Again, I'm streaming to you live from my office/guest bedroom here in my house up at 50 Longview Heights. And I'm hoping that everyone is doing well. It's beautiful outside. I don't know what the temperature is. Kyle will get to that in a second, but it's pleasant outside. So hopefully if you're home, hopefully you are maybe getting some yard work done outside or sitting in the sun or going for a walk somewhere or something, just to get out and enjoy it. Or if you're working remotely like most of us are, again, hopefully you have a chance to take in some of the beautiful weather out there. As usual, I've got my weather reporter, Kyle Johansson, who's going to go ahead and give us the 7-day outlook. So Kyle, take it away.
So tonight it's going to be 2 storms, 149, chance of rain 80%. Tomorrow, interval clouds and sunshine, high 54, winds west northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Winds could gust over 40 miles an hour. Tomorrow night, showers early, 34, chance of rain 50%. Friday, mostly cloudy, high 47. Friday night, partly cloudy, low 30s. Saturday, partly cloudy, high 57. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, low 42. Sunday afternoon, light rain, high 66, chance of being 60%. Sunday night, rain, potential for heavy rainfall, 155, chance of rain 90%, rainfall near half an inch. Monday, rain, high 59, chance of rain 70%. Monday night, mostly cloudy, 136. Tuesday, mostly cloudy, high 52. Tuesday night, showers, 135. Next Wednesday, partly cloudy, high 51. And next Wednesday night, rain, snow, light, 134, chance of precipitation, 30%.
So Kyle, did you just say rain, snow next Wednesday?
Yep.
Go figure. Kyle had mentioned that to me. He sent me a post last night on Facebook indicating that there could be snow midweek next week, which I think I shot back to him. Are you kidding me? There's going to be snow. But anyway, Kyle, thank you. As usual, it's awesome having you on. Hopefully you're staying safe, and I know you're doing great things at Quidel. So thanks for all that you do, and thanks again for joining me.
You're welcome.
All right. I really don't have a whole lot today to share with everyone who's viewing. I think probably the most significant thing is, and this is up on the city's website, but April 20th through the 24th is Spring Cleanup Week. And with Spring Cleanup Week, that affords everyone the opportunity to put out unlimited numbers of trash bags to be set out during your normal trash pickup recycling day. So please take advantage of that. Again, you can also purchase your extra bags or stickers for picking up grass and twigs, bundled twigs. It's $1.50. You can get those and have that attached to your utility bill. If you call the utility billing office, you can get that information, or just go to the website and it is there as well. So take advantage. It's that time. It's that time when we're starting to collect up all the twigs and whatnot around your yards and trying to get rid of it. So that's a good way to do it. The only other thing that I have to share is really encouraging people to be wary of scammers who are trying to, if you're someone who is going to be receiving stimulus money directly to you, I believe it's single individuals, it's $1,200 that you'll be receiving if you make, I believe, less than or $75,000 or less. And then if you are couples making a certain amount, it's a little bit higher. It's about $2,000 plus that you're entitled to. But regardless of how much you're entitled to, just be careful that there are people out there who are doing some pretty nefarious things, trying to get their hands on a portion of what might be coming to you if you qualify for the stimulus monies. The other thing is with COVID-19, just to report out that the Athens County numbers are still holding at 3 positive cases. And clearly of those 3, we did have 1 death related to COVID-19. That number of 3 has been holding since March 29th. But don't take that for granted that, hey, we maybe not have many cases or any cases here in Athens. We are likely to see an increase in the cases as more testing is being done here in the city of Athens. So keep that in mind. The other thing is that hopefully everyone is still really practicing social distancing. Physical distancing really is the way we're describing it, is physical distancing yourself 6 feet from each other, unless you're related. And certainly gatherings of more than 10 is under the state order is not permissible. We have been going around with various events or gatherings that we see in some of the neighborhoods, and they are being told to disband and likely being cited because it's in violation of the state health directive to not have gatherings of more than 10 people. The other thing is I find myself washing my hands more than I've ever washed them before on a multiple times during the day. I would also advise people, if you have a small bottle of hand sanitizer, to bring that with you, as long as it is at least 60% alcohol. Higher, even better, but certainly that's something to keep on hand. Something else to share with you, kind of going back to putting out our trash and recycling. One of the things I often do, as a matter of fact, I do it every time, is I'll wipe down the handles of my recycling cart as well as my trash can as I'm taking it out to the curb. And then when it has been collected, I will typically take a wipe again and wipe the handles and the surfaces that may have been touched and bring my trash receptacles back into my garage again. So something to certainly think about when you're putting your trash and recycling out. And the last thing is just to mention this, that with Ohio University being closed to in-person, person-to-person instruction, they are still doing the online instruction, which is underway. That said, even though Ohio University's residence halls have been closed for some time, and that they have already gone through a move-out procedure, I do want to raise a level of awareness for our citizens and anyone who's watching. And that is that with the leases ending in early May, and maybe some leases a little bit before that, but they're typically leases that end shortly after graduation, OU's typical commencement period. And so we'll have a week or so in which there will be individuals coming to collect their stuff from their off-campus apartments. So just throwing that out there as something to be cognizant of, to where I would recommend steering clear of the student-dense off-campus student housing areas. We're still working through some details and trying to figure out the best way to manage that level of move out. So likely there'll be future press conferences coming at you you know, and some very specialized, I would believe, to that particular point. So again, I'm happy that people are minimizing their travel around the city, only going out for essential items as you need them. And please practice, again, social distancing, or even wearing a mask. I find myself, if I go into any store, any establishment, because I need to pick up groceries or need to pick up, even getting gas, I keep rubber gloves in my truck to where I use rubber gloves when I am pumping gas for my truck. But in the grocery stores, please wear masks. Masks are helpful. Cloth masks, anything to put over, is helpful at this point in time. But as you're doing it, also be mindful that once you've got that mask on, you've adjusted it, you're likely going to be touching other things. So try to keep your hands away from your face. Even if you feel like you need to readjust your mask, you know, adjust it the first time. That way you're not having to touch your face to readjust that mask, because then you're, you know, likely increasing the potential that if you do have any level of the viral load on your hands because you've been in contact with other things, that you don't want to be touching your face. So keep that in mind. I don't have any other reports in terms of COVID-19 related closures in the city with any facilities. Nothing has changed since the last press conference. So please be safe. Be safe. Soon, well, in time, we'll be out of this and we'll be able to meet together and be together. And hopefully things will return to a new normal. So like I said, be safe out there. Thanks for tuning in, and please tune in again next week for the next installment of the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. You take care and enjoy that sun.